I need you like a rising sun. Let the light pour in and the colors run. Like midnight skies need northern stars. I think home is right where you are. And words get caught on my tongue. Honey, I need you, you're the only one. I need you, you're the only one. Fireflies and fields of gold, I'll be holding you till time grows old. Flickering sparks of a wide-eyed child will run among that moonlit wild. 'Cause you're the breath that fills my lungs. Honey, I need you, you're the only one. I need you, you're the only one.
Good morning. I'm hiding in the greenhouse today because the owners are here with a bunch of guests and everyone's starting to wake up, and I'm probably a little self-conscious about talking to my camera. The weather here has been foggy, really foggy. We have had a couple of days where the end of the day, the sun came out and we had a really nice sunset. So that was really nice. But otherwise it's been really thick fog from morning to night. So yeah, apparently this isn't normal for this time of year. But as far as weather goes, what's normal anymore? This week I moved more wood. I did about 4 trips and one yesterday morning, so I did 5 trips. I think the owner did a trip yesterday and there's probably about 2 trips left. So I might do another trip today and another trip tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I moved more wood. I also took down the deer net that we put up to protect the potatoes from the deer. Thank you for everyone in the comments who gave me tips on how to handle potatoes. I realized when I was editing the footage that I was tossing them around like, you know, they were invincible. But I did notice too, after I read the comments, I went through the bucket and I probably found about 5 that were bruised so badly they went rotten. So yeah, I'll definitely know for next time. So I really appreciate all your comments and letting me know what not to do, because I know very little about this stuff. So yeah, thanks very much. today I thought I would talk a little bit about bears. Some of you may have heard quite recently there was a bear attack, a black bear attack in British Columbia. A family was attacked by a black bear in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. And from what I understand, they were quite hurt. They were injured quite badly. It's really, really awful. So after that came out in the news, so many of my friends from Vancouver contacted me panicking, like, are you okay? Are you sure you should be out there alone with bears? And I can understand it. I mean, it's pretty scary what happened to that family. And yeah, if you don't really understand black bears, not that I totally understand black bears, but if you don't really understand how they operate, then it can definitely be very scary. So that attack in Dawson Creek, well, so awful, is very rare. That wasn't a typical behavior of black bears. I can't claim to know what happened or why it happened, but that definitely isn't typical. Some of my friends in Vancouver also re-expressed their thoughts on me having a gun to protect myself from bears. And I just wanted to, and I've had it in the comments as well. On TikTok, I've had people tell me I'm crazy to not have a gun. I just wanted to explain why I carry bear spray as opposed to a gun. Well, one, I don't have a gun license, and gun controls are very strict in Canada. I mean, I could get a gun license. In fact, I did try to get my gun license in Campbell River last year, but I don't know if it was because of COVID or what, but every single rifle class or gun class I found in Campbell River was booked for months in advance. So yeah, so I don't have a gun license, so I can't carry a gun around with me. But even if I did, I probably wouldn't carry it. I would use bear spray in lieu of a gun. So there's a great website that I recommend if you're interested in bears. It's called bearsmartsociety.com. It's a North American site, and they've got some really good information that dispels the myths about black bears and grizzlies specifically, because they're typically what you'll find in North America. The chances of survival of a bear attack are higher with bear spray than a gun. And bear with me, this is mostly because if you're going to use a gun against a bear, you better be a good shot, because if you shoot a bear and you don't kill him or disable him completely, that he can't still come at you, you're in big, big trouble. That bear is gonna be so mad, he will kill you. Not to get really, morbid, but your chances of being less injured or scaring the bear away completely by spraying a bear in the face with bear spray are much, much higher. So that's why I choose to carry bear spray as opposed to a gun. If you encounter a mother bear with cubs, it's actually a myth that they will instantly attack and defend their cubs. Don't get me wrong, they will defend their cubs, of course. A black bear will typically send her cubs up a tree. And a grizzly, if she perceives you as a threat and her cubs are with her, she will more than likely give you a bluff charge. So she'll charge you and then stop. What you want to do if you see a black bear or a grizzly with cubs, you want to make yourself as small as possible. So don't lay on the ground, curl up in a ball and back away as slowly as you can. Don't make a lot of noise. If you're going to speak to her in low, quiet tones. Be very, very quiet and non-aggressive and just as small as you can possibly get, and back away. She doesn't want to fight. So if she perceives you as being non-threatening, she'll kind of, you know, paw the ground and show a bit of bravado just to scare you away. But her first choice is not to attack you. If in fact a mother bear with cubs makes physical contact with you, that's when you get down on your stomach, curl up into a ball, and cover your head and play dead. If a bear attacks you that doesn't have cubs with her, that's an aggressive attack. That's not a protecting my cubs attack. That's an aggressive attack. In that case, you need to fight for your life. You don't get down and play dead. You need to be loud, be aggressive, be big, yell. You need to scare her away, or him, because if it's not a mother with cubs, then it's an aggressive attack to kill. So in that situation, you need to make yourself as big and as loud and as scary as you possibly can. It's actually a myth that you play dead in a bear attack. The only time you do that is when a mother and her cubs are there, makes contact with you. In my life, I thought about it this morning, I've had 9 interactions, I guess you could say, with a bear. Some face-to-face, most of them face-to-face, but others, you know, they were 30, 40 feet away. And they've all reacted the exact same way. In a typical way, a black bear will react. Sometimes they're curious, or sometimes they're just annoyed that you're there and they run away because they want nothing to do with you. Whenever you're in bear territory, of course, make lots of noise. I've actually stopped carrying my bear bell, one, because it was just annoying me like crazy. But I did read on bearsmartsociety.com that bear bells aren't as effective as people will make you believe. The most effective way to avoid bear contact is your voice. Right? Talking, singing, making lots of noise. If you're in bear territory and you're with a group of people, just talk loudly, have a lot of conversation. Typically, you may walk right by a bear, and because they heard you coming, they're able to avoid you, hide in the bushes. There's a lot of times where you've probably been closer to a bear than you've even imagined, but because you're making lots of noise, they'll avoid you. The worst thing you can do is surprise a bear. Bears are not generally aware of their surroundings. They're looking for food, like they've got nothing to worry about. They're the king of the forest, so nothing's gonna attack them other than like a grizzly would attack a black bear. But generally, bears, they're not aware of their environment. So, you know, they may stop if they smell a nice little berry and like, oh, that looks good. So they're not listening for other animals, people. It's your job to make sure that bears are aware that you're there. So just make lots and lots of noise. That's why when I'm walking around here, I'm always singing. Well, I don't sing because I can't sing and I hate listening to my voice, but I'll like practice my French verbs in Canada. Everyone knows French. So I'll practice my French verbs, or I'll just recite poems, but I'll just, you know, always keep my voice going. Yeah, I get sick of hearing myself, but yeah, if I'm outside, that's what I do. So generally the rule of thumb is to avoid bears. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Just avoid bears. If you see a bear, don't get closer to take a picture because they can run fast. Faster you'll look up and you'll be like, whoa, he's coming at me, and they'll be there because they're fast. They can run downhill. Their eyesight is fantastic. So yeah, avoid, avoid, avoid. That's the best rule of thumb. Anyways, so that's my bear lecture for today. Again, I encourage you to go to bearsmartsociety.com. It's such a good site. It just has so much bear information, really good, solid bear information, and it dispels a lot of the myths that people have about bears. It's a short video today. The owners are here and there's a lot of kids here. So yeah, I can't be filming anything on the property, but I'd love to see in the comments anything that, you know, you have to say about bears. And oh, I'd love to hear anybody's bear experiences. Yeah, and if you disagree with anything that I said, then yeah, I'd love to hear that too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.